my name is McToastin and welcome to WWE SuperCard. A little bit of long time no see. That's because there has not been very much going on recently in this game. It's just been like RVD grind and then silence. Like the earth just stopped spinning for a bit. So yeah, I haven't really had a lot to say on this game and I didn't just want to like churn out nonsense. So I've kind of just been taking a little break and I should be back for a little more substance and some more videos, especially with the new tier coming out very soon. But yeah, just wanted to drop that little PSA in there before we got started on the video. Speaking of which, it is tier review time. The WrestleMania 40 tier is rumored to be coming to an end at the end of this week at the time of recording. So we have this one more ring domination for the other Tiffany Stratton card, and then right here should be new update, should be new tier. This is the equivalent of the Myth tier in like retrospect, like to last year, because there was Royal Rumble 23, WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, and then Myth. So this will be like a different tier name. That's not just going to be like an event. So that'll be cool. The last time we saw that was like Tundra, which was, pretty cool. They've been pretty on the money. And I'm very excited about this new tier. I think it's always really exciting. I have a very interesting development to show you guys actually. I have 98,000 super coins, and I didn't know that you you can't get more than 100k, and that's a thing. Yeah, you cannot get more than 100,000 super coins. So I've just been buying these case grabs for fun images whenever I hit 100k. But yeah, I'm just gonna decide to light all of these on fire for the new tier as soon as that comes out, and I'm just gonna purchase like all of the packs, and it's gonna be really fun. So yeah, as per usual, big tier, new tier packs. That'll be a thing as well. So, tier review time. First things first, we're going to talk events. If you didn't see the old video, I did events first, and then SEs, and then PLEs, and like pop-up events and stuff. So, that's what we're going to do. Events, right? So, Clash of Champions gets a lot of hate, and I don't know why. I love it. I love Clash of Champions. I did this without spending a single credit, 802 overall. I think Clash is the only ranked event where you can like feasibly get a good card and not be sad about it because there's no reason to spend credits in Clash of Champions. The only thing that credits really does for you is give you like a couple extra peaks, and that's not that important because there's no booster, there's no doubler in Clash. So that's why it's so nice, and I think that LA Knight versus AJ Styles right after WrestleMania was a really fun matchup, so I think that was very solid. Now, there was also the Jey Uso card, which is very recent. Fine. I mean, I'm not the biggest Jey Uso fan, but he's very popular. He's a right arrow, kind of whatever, just very standard. It's kind of same thing with the Undertaker. He's getting a lot of cards recently. I think he had an event card like 2 tiers ago, or like a SE. I don't know. He's very, very popular in Supercard always, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Left arrow, super cool power toughness, and it's the Undertaker. Rob Van Dam was very, very fun. That was a really cool card that they put out. I think once again there is just something to be said about how horrible these cards look. Like these are event cards and they're just so sad looking. They're so like they're ugly. Like, it could just be the color and because it's like Philadelphia and Philadelphia's all green and whatnot and it's just kind of sad looking. But these I think the actual card itself is fine, but I think the event cards are pretty weak. And then like come on, they didn't even put like the numbers around the ranked cards. It just seems like they don't care anymore. And it's a little sad, because like these are gold barred cards. These are like relatively high ranks, and I also had to spend a ton of credits to get this RVD this high, and he's not even very good. Codebreaker sucks. I will die on that hill. If you're not spending money, Codebreaker's the worst. But like even the Royal Rumble 24 cards had the numbers, and it's just like that makes it look more finished, I feel. Whereas you just have this little guy like sans numbers everywhere. I don't know, kind of weird. And then we also had Rey Mysterio, but everybody got a rank 1 ranked card, which is kind of cool because that's how strong he is. He's like absolutely ridiculous. And you just got him from Block Bash. So now I want to talk a little bit about Block Bash, the WrestleMania celebration event as a whole. The LE card, Bianca Belair, I did a whole video on that. I think it's my most recent video. That was a nightmare. It was kind of fun, but it was also kind of terrible because Block Bash was really terrible at times. And then everybody did get this card, which is cool. I don't know why the number's so gigantic. It's really been bothering me since I got the card. I wish it was just like a normal ranked looking card like that, but eh. And then once again, no special design. It's just like they're gonna do special designs for SEs, and that's it. Because like even the fusion cards are just like slightly altered versions of the regular cards. I don't know. So I feel like in terms of card design, this tier's been incredibly weak, especially in terms of event card design. So yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the SEs of this tier. I did not get very many SEs. I got the Red Rooster. I guess that's cool. And then I got, let me just do this. I got the Cody Rhodes, but I only got one of him because I bought the like SE pack instead of the guaranteed Cody pack. Um, Once again, this card is cool-ish. Like I think it's a pretty decent design. It's celebratory of his new championship. So, whatever. And then there was just a ton of SE cards that I just straight up did not get my hands on. Like there is this new Roxanne Perez, for example. Then there was all of these cards. Ugh, the Fusion event. The Fusion event was probably the most frustrating Fusion event I've had while playing this game. Those tokens were just not coming off the board. It was like, give me your credits or you're not getting one. And I didn't even get one. I got like a couple of these. I think I got this card exactly. I got Royal Rumble and then the couple of like Tundra Spring Superstars. So yeah, that Spring Fusions event was very not kind to me. And I think it's just geared towards pay to play players, and that's annoying. It is annoying to deal with because it's like, oh, cool, Nuka, and I can't get any of them. So it's disheartening. It's frustrating. Jey Uso, yeah, the battle passes. I rarely even talk about the battle passes. Oh, that's not it because I'm not buying them. But this is the third battle pass of this tier, which is super weird. We had Triple H, and then we had Rhea Ripley, and now we have Jey Uso, which is gonna bleed into the next tier, and I don't know. That is weird. I mean, I assume he's gonna do his like yeet thing. I mean, I guess that's fun if they do that, but $30? No, thank you. Anyway, yeah, SE cards this tier were pretty solid overall, but some of them were harder to get than others. Like, let me take a look at my team here. I want to see if they have like a bunch of SE cards because I think everyone's just gonna have event cards because they're pretty weak. Like the Bailey. Oh God, I forgot about the Bailey event. That was the first event of the tier. Terrible. TLC, and you get like two collectibles for winning. Like there was just no way to do that without spending credits. It was very, very disheartening to do that event. I didn't even try. I saw it. I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work, and I gave up on that immediately. Bianca Belair, Ellie, already talked about that. So yeah, as you can see, not very many of the players on my team have these like SE cards pro'd, and that's because they were hard to get this tier. There wasn't very many like friendly things aside from the Red Rooster, which was like last one left. Um, pretty difficult to get Pro SE cards this tier, and that's kind of just how it is. So in terms of versus like WrestleMania 40 versus the Royal Rumble 24 tier, the Royal Rumble 24 tier was significantly nicer to you about it. That's just the way I felt. Like even these Soul cards, like the Day of the Dead cards. I got this one from the quest, and then the only other way to get it was by spending credit, like 750 credits on like these super crappy odds packs. It was like 8% or 9%. And the draft board. I didn't see anybody pull a single one of these cards off the draft board. And it's just like stuff like that, It's available, but for money. So yeah, events were not the coolest this tier in my opinion, and neither were SE cards. So this tier has just kind of not been the greatest. Like I'm just kind of shooting straight here. The PLE store was interesting this tier. The other two cards were the Sami Zayn as well as the Bailey after WrestleMania. Those two cards were not very strong as PLE cards usually are, but the designs were also pretty okay. Like they weren't spectacular. I feel like these are a little prettier. They're a little nicer. And it's kind of cool that it's just two ladies because these cards, like lady cards, are very hard to come by right now. And it's nice that they're giving those out if you want to spend 36,000 credits before or super coins right before a new tier drops. So yeah, PLE's eh. And then pop-up events. So what I mean by pop-ups is, oh, hello. What I mean by pop-ups is like table flip, stuff like that. So like I mentioned earlier, last one left on the Red Rooster, solid. Table flip, solid. Actually, very, very solid. This is probably the most rewarding one. And then I can't talk about this without talking about invites only, which I feel like everyone was playing for 2 months because they were pretty much the whole tier. It felt like the Philadelphia event was running, and it would be a crime not to talk about that event because Block Bash went hand in hand with the Bianca Belair quest, that puzzle, and then you also had invites only, which kind of fed into both of them. And it also like there was like a glitch that I know people were exposing that you can get crazy, crazy rewards, but it's also like kind of dangerous to do that because Cat Daddy does not like that when you expose glitches like that, and you're getting credits for free. So yeah, be careful when that kind of stuff comes around. But uh, it was okay. I never got anything like spectacular. Got a couple hundred credits and super coins and whatnot, but nothing too insane. And then aside from that, you had like Bailey ring, whatever, ring domination, ring rule the ring. Yes, that was what it is. And that you can don't even get a free play of that. There was a couple keep it goings for the spring fusion cards, and then like punches, like pack of punches, bucket of punches. I don't remember what it's called. That came back, and it was like there were no rewards in that. The highest you could get was like a Royal Rumble 24 spring card, I think, for that first board, and you're not going to get past that first board unless you put a ton of credits into it. And so it was just like this tier was kind of all the markers of like this game is trending downwards like as of right now, and that's never a good sign. I think that like just if you take a look at last year at this time, it was just so different. Like you had the WrestleMania 39 tier, so directly a year ago, and then like these Judgment Day cards, there was they were very much behind a paywall, but there was Reward Mania, and like we had Reward Mania, and then it got canceled for some reason. It just like fell off the calendar, and they consolidated Tiffany Stratton's event into 1 week into a Flash event instead of just leaving it at 2 weeks like it was supposed to be. So, I mean, you had like a lot of it's some relatively cool designs for these cards. Like these two are very different from one another. Like these don't look the same because they shouldn't, because one is a ranked card and the other is a regular event pro. And so it's like just I want to see that. I want to see that effort as a consumer of the game, and if especially if I was putting money into the game, I would not want both of my cards to look like this. So if they both looked like this, I wouldn't care as much, and that's what I'm starting to feel. I don't care as much because like these numbers aren't even there on the new cards, and they're both exactly the same, and they're both kind of ugly designs. And you could even see markers of this in the Royal Rumble 23 tier. Like these event cards were so awesome looking, and like even these cards right here, it's less cool because it's not a ranked card, but it's still pretty nice. It's like a very interesting shape. It's very original. It's a great image of Lita. It's just like awesome. These cards were so cool. They cared. You could tell that they cared. And that's what's a little alarming because now like these two cards look exactly the same, and that's kind of sad. And even worse with this tier is that they don't even have like numbers on them anymore, and they're very slightly different because it's like a pro with a enhancement with a heroic upgrade. So yeah, that I feel like the event cards are my biggest gripe with this tier. It ended up being okay. I kept playing, I didn't burn out, and I definitely stopped playing at like certain times to like take a little break. Like I'm not doing this Tiffany Stratton event because like the image isn't that great. They kind of did her dirty. I feel like they kind of did her dirty. And the card itself is like just ugly. I'm tired of this design. I don't want to see it anymore. I would like a new tier. Like, give me something bright. Give me like blue. Give me, I don't know, pink. I don't care. Something fun. Bring back neon. Bring back the neon tier. I would much prefer that over this like drab green look that we got going on right now. So yeah, honestly, like genuinely, this tier was kind of for me. I feel like it wasn't as complete and it didn't seem as like carefully melded together by the developers as the Royal Rumble 24 tier did, and even that tier felt weak in comparison to tiers of like the past year, Myth namely, in addition to the two others I talked about. Um, so yeah, I mean, all we can really hope for is an uptick in quality. If we start complaining about stuff, every once in a while they'll fix it. So maybe we complain about this kind of thing, because like, come on, give us some fun images, give us some ranked event cards back. I understand like the championship thing, they don't have like rights to it or whatever, and it's like expensive to do, and so they can't put championships on images anymore, and blah 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 blah. So I understand we can't get everything that we want, but like this event card should not look like this event card. It just shouldn't. SE cards should be a little easier to come by. Like if you're gonna do an event with cards on the draft board, make it like a 0.8% chance instead of the 0.1% chance it is. Like just come on, like just a little bit. Help us out a little bit. The best way to keep people engaged in your game is to make sure that they're taken care of. Like every once in a while give us some credits. Like every once in a while throw some super coins our way. And I don't just mean like, here's your gift for the week and it's 100 credits. Like, I mean, like, give us an event or something, or a pop-up where we can like get lucky or blah blah blah. It's it's kind of hard to complain because we kind of did get that with invites only, but it was also only so good, and it just feels like we're getting the short end of the stick a little bit. Like campaign was very nah this season. People did it instantly. There was no way of getting that Stone Cold Steve Austin unless you had Triple H from the Battle Pass, so another thing behind another paywall. And it's just stuff like that. So I really, really hope for the next tier that the cards look good and that they take a little bit better care of the player base because it's a good way for people to start burning out when you're just getting the same things over and over and over again, and when the cards look ugly like this. So yeah, that's it. This I didn't mean for this to be like such a this tier sucked, lightning bolt, but it's kind of just the way I feel. Like this tier wasn't the greatest, and I feel like in a tier review you have to talk about the good and the bad. So there was definitely some good, but there was also quite a bit of bad. So hopefully they pick it up next tier, and that's kind of all we can hope for, huh? So yes, thank you for watching. Like I said, I should be around a little bit more making videos, especially when the new tier comes out, especially if those cards are cool. I will be making a crap ton of videos on those, and definitely be on the lookout for some more fun stuff coming your guys' way. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name is McToastin, and I will see you guys in the next video.